Hello lovelies, how are you today? And welcome to my channel. My name is Sharon and I'm the sole proprietor of SAEH Body Butter. And I hope you enjoy the next video. Thank you. Hello lovelies, I'm about to decorate a Grad topper. A Grad cap topper. And I'm going to put the design on this black glitter cardstock, and I'm going to do it with rhinestones. So the image to my left is my cardstock, and the image to the right is my rhinestone template that I have to cut out, the design that I have to cut out. So I have to cut out both of them. I have to cut out this square, which is 9 inches in circumference, and this will fit on top of the Grad top. For those who would like to decorate their Grad top, you don't necessarily have to decorate the actual Grad cap. So what I'm going to do first, and I'll show you how it should look. I'll bring that over. Oops. Highlight both of them and come to a line and center. And that's how it should look on top of the Grad topper. Now this portion right here that's cut out on the cardstock, that is so that the cardstock can go on top of the button on the Grad top. And so this little part will be cut out, and you can put rhinestones on that little circular part and Velcro it to the top of the button, or you can just leave the button black. So the option is yours. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide my rhinestone file, and I'm going to send this to the cutter first. And I need to change the settings on my Cricut to custom so it can pick up heavy cardstock. Oh. One more. Alrighty, I'm gonna do 100-pound heavy cardstock. And I like to apply more pressure. And I'm going to turn you around to my Cricut. Now this shouldn't take long to cut because basically all is cutting is a square. And before you cut on the actual material, you may want to get a piece of plain cardstock to cut it to make sure that you have the right size and that it will fit on top of your Grad topper. So you want to test it out first before you do it on the actual cardstock, just to save yourself materials and time. Okay, and before I pull it out, I want to make sure that it cut through, and it did. And I turn my mat over to release the mat from the material as opposed to the material from the mat. And hopefully that will prevent it from bending. And there's my little dot. And like I said, I'm going to save that. And I can apply the rhinestones on top of this. And then put Velcro so you can attach the dot on top of the button. If you choose to. You don't have to. So I'm going to set this to the side. So I won't lose it. But I'll show you. Here's a a cat that I have. And how that fits. Might have to apply a little pressure to get that around the button. But it fits good. It's nice and snug. But what you can do is put Velcro on each corner of the cardstock and also on the cap so that they can apply it there and they don't have to worry about it falling off. And I had my here we go, my Velcro dots right here, and I'll apply that when I get the entire project completed. So I'm gonna put this to the side and get my rhinestone flock so that I can cut the second part of the design. But I won't keep you on. Okay, now what did I do with my rhinestone? My flock. Okay, here we go. So I put my flock on the mat. This is my rhinestone flock. And I keep the backing on. So let me line this up. Set my settings to Cardstock Plus. And let me pull up my Rhinestone design. Okay, I'm finished with that. Let me pull up the Rhinestone design. And it says class of 2023 grad. Okay, I got it set up. Let me say continue. Alrighty, I got it on Cardstock Plus. And I like to edit my tool and do the deep point blade and do apply. Alrighty. And let me before I put that in there, let me make sure my blade is clean, because if it has residue on it, it won't cut the circles. As they should. Okay. It's not really a big design, but it's big enough for Cricut to take forever. This design probably take about 15 minutes to cut, so I will bring you back when it's complete. Okay. I do believe the design is finished. Again, I pull the mat off the material as opposed to pulling the material off the mat. And when you look at the flock on the top, it looks smooth and you think that your design didn't cut, but you really won't notice it until you separate it from the backing. Okay, this cut pretty good, but a lot of times with Cricut, when you cut rhinestone circles with this flock, it's hard to get an exact cut, so sometimes you have to go in and manually remove those circles, which I hate. But I rather remove it this way as opposed to how I want to say, putting the flock on the mat, directly on the mat, and then you gotta scrape off them circles, which is also a pain. So it's up to you which way you decide to do it. If it's a small design, I take the backing off. But right now I'm gonna try to cut it. Okay. Put that to the side. So again, now you probably can see some of the design coming through. But I have to manually go in and pull the dots off. So as not to bore you, I will take my time to do that, and I will bring you back when I put this on a mat and start brushing in the stones. Okay, I've pulled off most of the dots of the design. I have a few more, so I'll just show you. It's just gently pulling the remaining dots out, and gently so that you won't rip the hole. And this didn't take too long, maybe about a good 7 minutes, give or take. I think that's the last of it. Turn it around and see. Yep, that looks like the last of it. So I'm gonna put it on the back of one of these mats that I use. I use both the front and the back. Okay, that is my design. Let me get my rhinestones. You can use any color that you want. You can let me find my rhinestones. I'll bring you back. Alrighty. Just go in slow circular motions until most, if not all, of the circles up. Got a red one in there. I don't think I got it. Oh well. I got paper in there too. I got the paper, but not the red one. Alright, let's continue. And then when you think you got them mostly filled in, gently brush off the excess. And then you look over your design to make sure all the circles are filled in, and if not, that you get your rhinestone pick tool. And I'm checking to see if I have extra stones. Then I'll take those and fill in the empty spaces. And if you wanted your design to be more than one color, like say for instance, you wanted the two circles to be a separate color from the words and the number, then if you wanted to save flock and not cut out two different designs, you can tape off that area, brush in the rhinestones, and then pull off the tape and brush in the other rhinestones, because when your template has a rhinestone in it, more than likely you won't disturb it by brushing in other rhinestones. But if the space is empty, then of course a stone is going to fall in. So I'm just going around to make sure every circle has a stone in it and that we don't have any extra stones. So far so good. Let me get this off my mat so that my transfer tape won't pick up any stragglers. So I like to get my phone out for a second look and put the light on it to make sure that everything is in place. And that extra light, you can see the sparkle of those rhinestones. Okay, that's looking good. I like that. Okay, so let me turn my heat press on. 350 degrees. I typically press my rhinestones for 15 seconds, but that's when I press it on a fabric like a hoodie or a t-shirt. Now this is glitter cardstock that I'm putting it on, so it has that rough texture, so it might need a little more time, like 20 seconds or 30 seconds, but you don't want to apply more heat because you might burn the cardstock, but you can apply a little more time. And I hate when I get transfer tape on a roll. I like it to be in sheets, because when it come on a roll, it's hard for me to maneuver and pick up my stuff. It don't want to come on curled. But anywho, so far so good. So I put it in the U shape, and you go down in the middle and fan out. And then you press it, not too rough, but you press it enough with enough pressure so that you can make sure your rhinestones stick to the tape when you pull it up. And sometimes a rhinestone will pop out of the hole because of the static. And if it does, you just take your thumb and push it back in place. And you'll hear it pop when it hit that circle. So, I'm going to leave the tape on. I'm going to move this out the way before I pull up the transfer tape so I can clean up my mess. So once I clean up my mess and I'm getting ready to press, I'll bring you back. Okay, we are going to remove the transfer tape, if I can get it off this plastic. You want to go slow, because sometimes your stone will be stubborn and it'll still be in the hole. And if it does, you just put your tape back down and gently press on that stone so it can stick to the tape. But this is a new piece of tape, so when you use a tape for the first time, it's really sticky. I gotta be careful right here because the tape is stuck to the mat and I don't want to jerk it and my stones go flying off this tape. And when I pull my transfer off of the template, I like to lay it on his back first so I can inspect the stones to make sure all of the stones are, one, in place, and two, that they have glue on it. Because sometimes you'll get a stone that doesn't have any glue on it. So I try to catch it here before I press it. And everything looks good. I got one stone that shifted on me, so I'm going to try to push it back in place. Okay. That's good. Now, oh, I forgot. This circular part right here, I didn't mean to press that. So what I think I'll do is, since it's only a little bit, I'm going to manually take these stones off. And I'll press those separately because that goes on the button. And initially on the cardstock, it has an opening there. So there's nothing to adhere it to. See, there's an opening there. So, alrighty. So we got that there. Let me try to align this up as best as I can. You know what? I'm going to trim this tape because I think this tape going to get me into trouble by sticking to that mat. Yeah. All right. That's right. Especially since this tape is very sticky since it's new. And so we're going to treat the cardstock just as if we're pressing it on a t-shirt. But again, like I said, since the material is a little thicker or rougher, it may just need a little more time. Just a few more seconds. Nothing major. Almost done. Okay. This is my glitter cardstock. Okay. You know what? I'm trying to put it on straight on, but that's not how the, I want to make sure that it's going to be, should I turn it or whatever, so it can be straight on when it's on the person's head. So let me look at my cap. Okay, this is the back. This is the back. And it's going to go like that. So I'm going to put it on while it's on the cap. That way I know I'm straight. Okay. That way I know I'm straight. Hopefully this will work. Think. So that's the back and this is the front. And let me turn it a little more. That way. I can take it off now because I know which way it's going to go. I want to make sure that it's even on all sides. Now that looks good to me. That looks good to me. So I'm going to take it over to the press and I will bring you over there once I get it set up. Okay, I have it on the heat press. I put my Teflon sheet on top. and press it for 350, about 20 seconds. I got it set for 15, but I'm going to count down the extra 5. And then we'll let it cool off. Well, I should be able to pull off the transfer tape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll pull off the transfer tape, but I'll wait for the some of the stones are lifting. So it needs more time. I'm going to let it go for another 15 and see what that gives me. Again, like I said, depending on the material, you might need more time. I'm going to put my heat glove on. I still see some of my stones not adhering because I can push them. That's a good thing because some of them shifted. I'm going to go down again. Wait a minute. One more time. And then after it cools off, we'll put on the Velcro and put it on top of the Grad cap. Alrighty, let's see if I can lift the transfer tape up. Oh, that stone right there just don't want to go down. Whoa, that's a lot right there. We are almost there, but I'm definitely going to go down again with the heat press to make sure those stones that I pressed in place are on there. I'm going to use the Teflon sheet and go down for 15 seconds. And hopefully that will do it. And then, like I said, I'll let it cool off before I put the Velcro on it. Okay, everything looks to be good. I'm going to turn off the heat press. And like I said, I'm going to let it sit there. And I'll show you how it looks once it cools off. Okay, so what I've done is I've applied the Velcro circles on each corner. And I made sure that I brought them in some because the topper doesn't go to the corner, right? And you don't want this to be placed on the corner for it to be visible. So, and then what you would do is place the Velcro on each corner in the same exact area of this so they can match up. And the best way to do it, at least for me, is to take the Velcro off, place it on top of that on each circle, right? And that way you know they are in the right spot. But these Velcros, I would not recommend it because they don't stick. Now they stick with the sticky side, but the Velcro part don't stick. But I'm just showing you this for demonstration purposes. So what I would do is apply the Velcro side to the Velcro side so it can stick, right? If these were to act right. But like I said, they don't. And then that way, when you put the topper on, the sticky part will stick in the exact same spot as it is on the cap. And, you know, as not to mess up the cap, they can come off and you can just wipe the sticky residue off with a damp cloth. But basically, so after you put the other part of the Velcro on there, you position your Grad cap and you make sure you look on the underside to see it should tell you either with a tag or this one has an insert and it says front. So I know that this part is my front, right? And it has the tassel. Put your tassel on first. And my circle is 0.75, so it fits kind of snug and not loosely. So that is my front, my Grad. And press that down. And then if I had the other part of the Velcro on there, I would press each corner so that the sticky part can stick to the topper. And that's basically it. And that's how I made my glitter cardstock rhinestone Grad topper. And you can also do it with sublimation. So I think I'll do one with sublimation next. And I don't know what I did with my little button. Well, the button's right here. But I had the circle and I had put rhinestones on it. And some kind of way it got lost on my table. So if I find it when I'm editing the video, I will put it on top so that you can see the completed Grad topper. Alrighty, that does the tutorial for me today. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.